Hello everybody, wow, it's been a while since I've been doing this intro. Hello and welcome to a little video here. I'm showing all of my ants today. Why? Because I've been quiet and I just don't have too much energy for all of the sand stuff. So I thought, you know what, let's just do a little dedicated video for all of them so all of you know what's going on. Now at this stage, I feed all of my colonies twice a week and I clean them twice a week. Today is actually cleaning day, so I should have cleaned them before I started this video, perhaps, but that doesn't matter. The first colony is the Polyrychus dives. There we are. Oh my god, there we go. Finally, we got some focus. And as you can see, we have a few workers down here just sitting and chilling. And then we have the main colony up here. And this is, of course, the full ant store set right here, and the colony is actually also from ant store. I actually haven't looked at this colony for ages because I've just been letting them do their business. See, we have a worker right here. Hello there, how you doing? Oh, we can also see, oh, that's funny, the book lice, the wood lice or whatever book lice, I think that's what they're called. I have that in pretty much all of my setups, and they're also in here. But yeah, this here is the nest, and you can see I've been feeding them some sugar snaps lately, and it's been coloring the nest. So yeah, I'm guessing it's because the larvae turn blue when they feed blue sugar snaps, and then of course they make blue goo, I guess. But yeah, quite cool that we have a little view here and we can actually check out the workers. To be fair, I've actually no clue how they're doing. They're growing a lot slower than I expected, but at this time of year I'm actually not heating them because my entire house is always 25 plus degrees. But yeah, this is the nest, and it hasn't really grown much for the last long time. And yeah, again, I got this colony from Ant Store World of Ants, and it is the Polyrychus dives. I really should have cleaned a little bit before doing this video, but that's how it is. Next, we have the Wakooshi rack right here, filled with a ton of queens. So if we the first one here is the fallacious nitre experiment, going quite interestingly. This is part 1 of the experiment. As you can see, we have some larvae and cocoons in here. But let's check out part 2, which is in here. Because in here we have part 2 of this year's fallacious nitre experiment. We have a dead queen out here, sadly. But in here we have one queen. Right here we have one queen. And all of these workers are nanitics. All of this is first generation workers. You can see so many larvae in here, so many cocoons in here. This colony have not been brood boosted. In the future I will be making a video on how all of this is working. On how I've done this. Because yeah, you can see we have a ton of cocoons that have hatched out here. A ton of cocoons. And this experiment have just gone beyond my wildest expectations. Again, this is it's a few months old colony. I captured this queen in, I want to say July. I think that's when I got this queen. So yeah, a few months old queen from July, doing pretty well, as you can see. Next on the list, we have the Myrmecia fulvipes from Ant HQ. Now this queen have sadly quite a sad story. She had 3 big larvae, she got 3 cocoons, she opened all 3 cocoons, which really sucked. So she's actually still alone. Now last I checked, I really need to remove this lid and clean it because it's getting quite dirty to look at. Last I checked, she was in a new generation of larvae. She do have some eggs in here. As you can see, there's some random eggs here, some random eggs in here. There is some eggs all over the place, but it doesn't look like we have any larvae at this moment. So yeah, I'm just feeding her, keeping her happy, and she's active as always, but sadly no serious progress at this stage. And of course she is from Ants HQ. By the way, any stores that I have discount codes for will be linked in the description down below. Yeah. A lot of things have happened this year, and there's no real way of telling it, but this is a Harpagnathus venator colony I got from Aesthetic ants a few years ago. What? How are they this size? What's going on? Is this all queens in here? Yeah, long story, I'm not gonna go through it. We have 4 queens in here. I'm not sure any of them are fertile, but you can see here we do have 2 larvae. Could you move your butt, you little girl? We also have a few eggs. No clue if they're fertile or not because it's all just queens, and they were taken from another colony. So are they fertile? Well, we will see in the future. But yeah, an old colony from Aesthetic ants still going on. By the way, I just simply slide them in here, and there we are. Come on, slide. There we are. Lovely. Next colony. Well, may as well just do this in all one shot right here. Look at that. Wow. This colony is all the way from Australia, but actually shipped directly to me from Australia. Why is that? Well, it's because this Memesia pilosula is directly from Queen of Ants. And should I also remove this lid and clean it? I think I should. Do the springtails love it in here? Yes, they do. Oh, because we have all of this, I actually can't see how the colony is doing. I haven't actually checked on them for a while. But yeah, luckily this macro lens can halfway see through it. And what you can see here is we do have the first worker right here. Again, another colony where we actually got four cocoons. But she ate all of the cocoons, the queen right here. She ate all of the cocoons before they managed to hatch, which I was very sad about. But luckily the final one did survive. We have an egg in here, we have a worker in here, we have a few more eggs over here. But most importantly, we have a few larvae as well, so that's really nice. This is, of course, the infamous Jack Jumper ant. And yeah, to be honest, I've been neglecting my ants a little bit. I'm still feeding them. I'm doing all of the ant maintenance, just a bare minimum. And yeah, because of that, I haven't cleaned this, and you actually can't see it. Maybe I should do a video of how to actually just remove this and clean it, and what's the best way of doing it. But yeah, moving on to the next colony. This is actually the last colony in the tower right here, and would you look at that face? Alright, this is a colony from Antandco. I think it's actually the first colony they've shown for Antandco. It is the Octontomachus everything Halulas. I have no clue how to say it. And it's pretty much trapjaw ants. And as you can see, if you follow the story closely, you'll know how these girls started out as just a single queen. I flooded her nest. She settled out in the outworld. And as you can see now, it's so hard to actually go and have a look inside. I cleaned this, I put it upside down, and they just put it all back again. Idiots. But yeah, as you can see here, this is the wall of larvae here. And pretty much this is everything I can always see. I can always check out the wall of larvae. The wall of larvae is always active with a wall of larvae. Yeah, other than that, not much can be seen in here. We have, I guess that's the queen hiding in here. Oh, it's really hard. I could just glimpse her gaster in there. But yeah, luckily they are growing, and they are actually starting to move into the second chamber here. Not yet, but they're just... It's one of the most beautiful trapjaw ant colonies I've ever seen. I just love the redheads. They're beautiful, and back when I got them, Antandco said that these are fast-growing trapjaws, and I tried to keep a few trapjaws before. I'm like, no, they don't grow fast. Well, these are surely fast-growing trapjaws. Holy smokes, they're incredible. I mean, honestly, you'll be able to go back and check the video when I got them. And from a single queen to this size now, it's just beautiful, and they're just not stopped growing for a single second. They are really doing extremely well, and I'm really in love with this colony. It's one of my favorite colonies, even though I can't see half of it. I'm tempted to flip the lid, but there's too many workers, so it's too late to flip the lid now. I tried it a few weeks ago, or a few months ago at this stage, and the queen actually escaped, and I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. There's too many, and I can't see what's going on in here, so... Yeah, no lid flips, but the wall of larvae over there is doing good, as you can see. Also a spider lived in here, so that's just a little fun fact for you. One of the final things that happened before I kind of went on a break, unexpected break, was I received a package from Antandco. And in that package I got a few colonies. I was actually requested to do a giveaway. They were like, hey, do you want to do a giveaway? I'm like, yeah, I want to do a giveaway. And then I got the workers, and I got the queens, and I got this Pogonomyrmex barbatus, and I'm like, is it alright if I just keep her? And they were kindly enough to say yes. So actually, what we're doing is we're doing a giveaway later this year, later next year perhaps. But I'm showcasing this Pogonomyrmex barbatus queen. I got her without any brood at all, I think, and she laid some eggs and she has larvae. What is really interesting is I raise all of my queens as semi-claustral. Even though this is a fully claustral queen, I do feed her every week. And the funny thing is I see her coming out and feeding. So no matter that she is fully claustral, because the food is so close, she actually ventures out, eats it, and comes back again. So that's just a little fun fact. But this is a Pogonomyrmex from Antandco in the Wakooshi Luna nest right here. Now this queen right here is a very historical queen to me. She was the first exotic queen I ever got, and it was sent to me by Ninotudo Lynn, the ant mother. Can I just... Nope. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, for some reason they have settled in the outworld. Idiots! But yeah, this is a Camponotus floridanus. I want to move these into a wooden nest. And what's really interesting again with this queen is also that when she was actually living in here, I got her new test tube and she just never moved into it. Idiots, because it's super annoying to feed her. I only feed her once a week because she's in the smaller stage, so that's why there's no food remains right now. But yeah, I got her as a single queen. All of the larvae turned blue after I fed her, and that was the most clear sign that she is out feeding, even though her larvae were in here at that stage. At this stage, I'm thinking of just moving her into a small wooden nest from Foranto, perhaps. I want to see if I can try to get a Foranto nest again. But I'm not sure. It's super annoying that she's living in the outwall, because as you can see, when I'm feeding her and we need to remove the lid, and well, that's super annoying. Luckily that worker ran out and ran straight in again. But yeah, Camponotus floridanus here, doing very well. I got her as a single queen. I've documented pretty much everything until her first workers for a main channel video, because she moved out here and I didn't want to record that. But now she just live out here, which is super annoying. So I actually should do an update video for a future main channel video. But yeah. This is the Camponotus floridanus, also in the Wakooshi Lunapod right here. Should I feel sad that I don't know the name of the species? Yes, Holleufer, you should. Okay, chill out. This is Myrmicose, it's honeypots. And at this stage, I actually can't remember the specific species, because again, I got them right as I kind of took a break from everything. What did I call them? I gave them a nickname. I have the video. I still actually did a video where I'm unboxed all 3 colonies that you've just seen. The floridanus and the barbatus and this queen. I just haven't got around to actually making the video, so sorry about that. But yeah, I got these with 4 workers or 3 workers and a few larvae, and they ate the larvae, and they actually have not done any progress whatsoever since I got them, which is really sad. Because when I got them, they pretty much looked exactly like this, except the gasters blue of sugar snaps. And yeah, they're not really doing well at all, because there's absolutely no progress. Another colony from Antandco living in a Luna nest. And the final Luna nest for today is the Odontogmachus sheffier. This is a single queen I got a year ago, or I got it at the same time as I got my other trapjaw ant. She never laid a single egg. She's never laid a single egg in her entire life. I've never seen that, at least. I've moved her into a nest, I've had her in a bare test tube, I've done a few different things. This girl is not fertile. I don't know, that's all I can say. There's not a single egg in here. There's never seen a single egg. And yeah, I don't know why I'm keeping her, I just don't really want to take her out. So yeah, Odontogmachus sheffier, just living her most boring life with absolutely 0 sign of progress since I got her. And with that, it's time to show my KosAnra's ant nest in use. I've just put cotton in here because I didn't have a stopper. What lives in here? It's actually the oldest colony I ever had and still have. It's my Camponotus nigriflorensis. Wait, what? I thought they died. What happened? Long story I'm not gonna tell right now. This here is the my oldest colony ever. They have been reset to from 1,000 workers to 10,000 workers to a single queen and a few workers twice. So they've been absolutely reset twice now. And yeah, they're bouncing back brilliantly. I put them in this nest without any brood and just like 5 workers. The queen is hiding very well behind. There we are. Queen is hiding in there very nicely. And yeah, they're living in this KosAnra's nest here. And not much I can say negatively about it. I mean, I discussed it in my unboxing video a while back with the whole escape prevention, all of that stuff. But yeah, looking here at the colony themselves, even though this queen is like 4 or 5 years old, and I got her from Aunt Stavy such a long time ago now, one of the first colonies I ever got, they're still doing very well in here, even though they've been reset from 1,000, from like 10,000 to 1 twice now. So yeah, bouncing back really nicely, and they're at the stage where they're just lovely and they're not at all chaotic like nigriflorensis do when they get a little bit bigger. And they are low-key doing extremely well. And I'm also feeding this colony twice a week. What do I think of the overall setup? Well, it's still pretty much the same as when I got it. No complaints. It's working nicely, except the hydration system, which KosAnra did address, is changing. Yeah, I enjoy the colony. It's time for another colony from Queen of Ants, all the way directly from Australia. It's the Ophelia smeridina Australian variant. And as you can see, these ants are just doing well. There's no way around it. They are just doing well. The queen has actually moved back. That's interesting. She's been sitting at the nest entrance for such a long time, but she's actually moved back inside her her original nest. She's been sitting, hanging out right here for like a month. But since I fed her, she's moved back over here. As you can see, like always, they are doing extremely well. They are definitely growing in numbers. They don't have as much brood. The brood level is kind of the same 24/7, so it hasn't really increased since the overall worker numbers have increased. So normally the brood should start increasing once the workers increase, but we haven't really seen that here. This setup was meant to be temporary, and to be honest, it is still temporary. But because they're like on the lid here, as you can see, here we are, because they're always on the lid, even though when I apply new escape prevention, I'm just scared of putting her into like a big fat test tube setup, which I got from Antics. I got this cool vertical test tube setups, but I just don't want to use it because of this right here. If you put yourself stuck out here, another thing that's crazy with these is you see we have 2 workers out. All right, I'm just gonna put this back again without squishing any of them. Are you all right, guys? You definitely are all right. So yeah, one funny thing is whenever I feed them something new protein, they just color it with the food they've also been fed with the sugar snaps. So they do some weird stuff where the protein gets completely colored by the sugar snaps. Again, this queen here, the colony here is from Queen of Ants, all the way from Australia. Coming in from Ants HQ, we have Camponotus singularis. This is the 3rd colony I've had. I got one from Antics originally. I got one from the Ant Merchant, and this is now the one I have from Ants HQ. Now, how are they doing behind this Wakooshi setup with a custom ant Holleufer lid made by the crafting ant? Well, they are doing terribly good. They're doing very well. I don't know if you can remember when I got them, but if you remember when I got them, look at all of these newly hatched workers, man. This is a newborn, that's a newborn. This is somewhat of a newborn. I was just about to say they have no brood, but I guess all the workers have just hatched. Look in here, look at the state of this. Well, actually, it looks very bad right now. Normally it's full, but they've clearly just all hatched. What's my plan with these? Well, right as we speak, I'm waiting for a package from... I just completely blipped out. I'm waiting for a package from Ant Farm Supplies. It's been stuck in toll. I've paid my fees and all of that, and it should be coming fairly soon. So I'm going to be moving this colony into an all Ant Farm Supply nest. Why? Have this nest failed? No, this nest has been working great, but I just want to try something new to show different things on the channel, pretending the channel is active and all of that. But yeah, the colony is just doing amazingly well. It's funny how there was literally 0 workers out here for literally half a year almost. There were never a single worker out here. But the colony really had to grow huge. They were so boring. I never saw them out here. But as they have increased in numbers, they have started exploring a lot more. As you can see, 2 workers nearly out there. Not nearly anymore. The major here was, I think the colony was stuck up, and that's why the colony got a major from day 1. Even though they were like 10 workers, they already had a major. So they're not naturally reproducing new majors yet, but the original major is still going strong. And yeah, actually, I don't think we've had a single dead worker yet, but that's the thing with big workers. Generally, the bigger the size of the colony, like in literal worker size, the longer they also live. So they're doing very finely indeed. One of the reasons why I both love and hate the Wakooshi modular Gen 4 system, whatever you want to call it, is because it's quite hard to connect 2 things. It's not hard, but it takes your time. You of course have the brackets in between these. You have the little rubber seal, and then of course everything is just fixed together. But what that also means is this whole setup can still be picked up from one area. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't pick it up from here simply because I can't, but I don't want to do that. I don't trust that. But yeah, I just can't believe that you can still carry this entire nest in one go. What are we looking at right here? It is, of course, one of my favorite colonies. It's Paniki. It's the Manica Repita. And as you can see, they've recently got the new different shaped Gen 4 S3 outworld. That's what I want to say, S3 outworld. Because they were just, no, it was too hard to clean this. It's still hard to clean this, and I still haven't been able to completely clean it yet. Yeah, the colony itself, they are growing like always. We have Paniki here. Every time I check on her, she goes bad, crazy. Paniki, bam, bam, bam. But other than that, how are they doing? If we just look in here, they actually don't have too many pupae at the moment. A little pile of eggs there, 2 small piles. What about over here? Some more eggs. What about in here? Some more eggs, but overall not too many eggs at the moment. We do have a few pupae in here, but not too many. To be fair, they're kind of stuck in a massive larvae stage. Normally there's as many larvae as there's pupae and eggs, but they seem to be taking a small break. Originally, I was going to be putting this entire colony into... Hang on, let me just find it over here. This colony was to be placed inside of this Antics nest right here. I'm still going to do that at one point, but, you know, I got tired with all of my stuff. Yeah, I have a sensor in here, and the sensor just turned off. Luckily, I can over-control it by pressing a button over here. There we are. But yeah, I was meant to put them in this, and I waited for Antics to send out an outworld, but it was never sent because, well, I don't think miscommunication or something. It doesn't matter. I don't have the outworld, and in the end, I couldn't wait, so I just attached this big outworld for them to have some space because it was too annoying to clean them in here. I'm still going to connect this at one point. I have a really hard time telling how big the colony is. Like, if we look in here, this looks like a grown colony. There's so many workers all over the place. These look big and strong. If we open the smaller outwell in here, wow, these look big and strong. So many workers. Then we look at the nest, and you're just like, all right, I guess there's not too many workers. But I think it's because there's a secret in here. They are hiding under the trash. They're living in a trash layer in here. And that's what they're doing. Funnily enough, after I attached this outworld, they emptied out a lot of this. I tried to clean it in here, but they never want to do that. But they started cleaning out in here, which I can respect. Thank you, guys. Am I gonna hibernate them this year? No, I skipped hibernation last year. They were fine. I'm gonna skip it again and do it as a scientific experiment to skip hibernation. But yeah, big fat larvae in there. That's a huge larvae. Moving on to the next colony. This is a colony from Antics living in a Wakooshi setup. Final colony I'm going to be showing today is the Memesia brevinota. Wow, look at that, a worker. Wow, let's pretend you didn't see my video I put out at some point. Yeah, they actually had 4 workers, but the final worker died last week. It was smaller than the other, so I don't know if it died because it was just, I don't know. I'm also having a hard time finding the 3rd worker right now, but it's probably hiding down there in the nest entrance. Hello, are you in here, my lady? Hello. I can't see it. I just confused the 2 other workers a lot. But yeah, this is the Memesia. Oh, there we are. There we are. She was like, oh, you've been calling for me, mother. But it wasn't her mother. It was me. Yeah, the queen is doing fine. They pulled in the cotton with sugar snaps on it, and now it's in here rotting. So annoying girls. I'm waiting for her to start her next laying cycle. But she is technically in some sort of hibernation right now, I think. I don't know. Been taking a little bit of a break of everything, but yeah, I don't know. That's the reason she shouldn't be growing right now. Hibernation-ish things. But yeah, queen is from Antandco. Discount code in description. You know all of this at this stage. Setup is from Wakooshi called the Memesia set. If you search, it doesn't have pictures, but it's called the Memesia set if you go to the Wakooshi website and search for Memesia set. With that, there's no more colonies. Alright, but the video is not completely done. There's a little bit to tell about the ecosystem. I'm not going to tell today. There are some colonies in here, but they're not performing too well, so we're just going to ignore them. So what is basically happening with all of the queens you haven't seen, all the colonies you haven't seen? You have a cat ass right here. Basically, yeah, get out of here, son. Basically, right, this still looks lovely. I've just been too stressed to ever I've been so stressed that I haven't really gotten it any attention lately. But yeah, basically, if there was a colony in here you haven't seen that you were like, where are they? They have either died or they've been sold / given away. I've given a few colonies away and a few have died. Most sadly, the 2 most saddening colonies that have passed away from my time of being away is the meat ants. The meat ant queen died. The colony was just doing so well, and the meat ant queen died. I was halfway thinking of getting a new meat ant queen and just brood boosting them because they had so much brood. But I fumbled my chances because I was not having a great time with ant keeping at that stage, and the brood is gone now. So the meat ant queen instead, which is one of the biggest sad things that have happened. The same with the bullet ant. The bullet ant was my favorite queen. I really want to get her again. She was unstoppable. That was not, well, she clearly wasn't. But there was nothing to, she was amazing. She got her first worker, she was amazing. I loved her. Every time someone came in the house, they saw that and they were like, what is that dude? And that's the bullet ant. The bullet ant. She's passed away. It's how it is. What about me? What about the channel? What's going to happen with the channel? I've just disappeared. People have been asked what's happening. Basically, I've been doing some electrical videos, and I just find a lot more joy doing those videos. And every time ant keeping becomes a chore, I just turn it down, because I'm doing this as a hobby. I realized many years ago I can't do this full time. It's simply not possible. I don't think the market is big enough. Look how many YouTubers that are doing this full time. We have Antics Canada, and we have the Spanish guy, El Mundo do Homili Hagas, whatever, crazy long name, Spanish and all of that. I don't think KosAnra is doing it full time. I think he's also doing studies and stuff like that. So right now I think there's 2 guys who's actually doing this full time. And that's just a clear picture for me that I don't have enough motivation to, I don't have that burning sense of, I want to make videos for all of that, because my videos have lately not been performing too well. At least that's the excuse I said to myself. I put out the last video on the main channel and it's been seen 150,000 times or something. So that video definitely performed well. So what can I say? That's not my motivational issue. I think it's just hard for me to find motivation to write a good script. Making videos, I love making videos. Recording, fine. Editing, I love editing once it gets going. But doing the script is what kills me every time. Yeah, it kills me. I've still also some Berlin vlogs video. I made some videos in Berlin. I kind of want to just remove the first video and put it up again once I have the other 2 or the 3. There's 4 videos total, and I have 1 done, 1 is up, and I don't want to put out the one that's ready before all of them are ready, but I kind of want to delete the first one and just upload all 4 at the same time with a day in between. But yeah, it's just in the background. My electrical videos have started bringing in some serious stuff. I've got a lot of gear, and I've actually been paid. I've had 1 half sponsor in my life, but this is the first proper sponsor. Like, you make a video, we pay you. You make another video, we pay you again. It's like serious stuff, and I think it's just more motivational, because I get recognized when I'm in this, when I go walking. People are like, oh, you're the electrician from TikTok. I'm like, yeah, and it's fun. It's fun and motivational. It's new, interesting. A lot of stuff is happening. Marketing companies are reaching out. It's fun, and I can see, well, I can't see it doing it full time because I need my full-time job to do that full time, but I just see it's fun. It's not too serious, and unlike the ant videos, I don't need to fight to find a story. I don't need to fight to make, I want to make a video on the bullet ant journey from start to finish, even though she died, but I've no clue how I'm going to make it different from the last video with the bullet ant, where it was from a queen and 0 workers to a queen and 3 workers. The bullet ant went from a queen and 0 workers to a queen with 1 worker and died. I just can't get my head around making that interesting. I want to do a video on the Manica. I want to do the video on the Campanota Singularis. There's a lot of things I want to do videos on, but it's just hard. I just don't have the time. I just don't have the motivation. Hopefully I can get some motivation to do these extra channel videos again, because it is somewhat a compromise. I mean, you get a little bit from that, but yeah, that's been a little bit of an update about me and why I've not been uploading. I do want to say as another thing, for those guys coming to AntCon next year, I just want to say I hope you all will have a great time, because next year I will not attend AntCon due to logistical reasons. So yeah, I won't be attending AntCon next year, sadly, but that's how it is. So if there's anyone who's like, oh, I just want to go to AntCon and meet Holleufer, I would rather say it now. I don't know if the tickets are for sale or not, but I would rather say it now than if people buy that tickets and then they realize I'm not coming. And yeah, I want to say it out there. So I'm not coming to AntCon this year because of logistical reasons. But yeah, I just want to say thank you all very much for watching all my ants videos. Still enjoying my fish, but they got sick, so that was super annoying. And I want to get, my neon fish all got weird bubbles and they started dying, so I took them all out. And my guamis, I had 4 guamis, and one of them has a black eye and the other 3 are gone. I haven't found the bodies, but luckily I think after I took out the neon fishes, they are recovering and they're doing a lot better now again. But I want to get the neon fishes again, but yeah, just want to make sure the disease, whatever is in there, is gone again. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!